Welcome back, everybody. This is Nightbreeze, and this is lesson number 4 of my Advanced Dungeons and Dragons teaching series. Um, and I've kind of been back and forth on which way to go with this. Whether to start discussing classes like I planned, or whether I should discuss the alignments first. But I think I'm going to go ahead and go as I planned with the classes. And I'm going to try to do this in pretty much of a alphabetical order. So we're going to start off with one of the special classes of first edition, and I say special because it was removed from the game after when they went to second edition. Also, it was a class that it's a subclass of thief, and the dungeon master really could very easily say doesn't exist in his game for multiple reasons, and that is the assassin. So obviously an assassin, I mean, most people know what that is. They take money to kill people. Pure and simple. They are one of the. They have 3 main stat requirements. You have to have a minimum strength of 12, a minimum intelligence of 11, and a minimum dexterity score of 12. Not the hardest, but it is one of the ones that have multiple. Now, unlike most classes, an assassin doesn't gain any XP bonuses for having high ability scores. There was a thing called the prime requisite, at least in the early games, where, like, for a fighter, they had to have strength. And if your strength was of 16 or higher, then you'd get a 10% bonus to your gained XP. Clerics was wisdom, and so on. An assassin doesn't get any bonus at all. They have a D6 for hit points, just like a thief. Now, this is part of the reason why I was debating on doing the alignments first. An assassin are required to be evil. Be an evil alignment. Be it lawful evil, neutral evil, or chaotic evil. And that is one of the reasons a DM may say you can't play that. They may not allow evil characters in their campaign. Actually, I've known a few DMs that way. That is fully within their rights as a DM. And, of course, the argument is, the killing of humans or other intelligent life for profit, is not a good thing. Now, there is arguments on a neutral alignment, but in the books, they are required to be evil. Now, they do have thieving abilities, but they are not as good at the thieving abilities as your normal thief. However, they can use any shield or weapon. So they could use two-handed swords. They could, it doesn't matter what kind of weapon they use. Unlike a thief. Thieves are very limited. So it does make them slightly superior in combat because, they have more choices. Now, an assassin doesn't have to be a member of the Thieves Guild, of any particular city or town. But any non-player character assassins are going to be members of the guild. Now, not being a member of a guild could cause trouble. You know, you know, guilds have a tendency, especially assassin guilds, have a tendency to not be happy if you perform work in their area. You know, and you're not a member. They want their cut of the money. And there's usually, one guild in most towns or cities, and they control an area from about 10 to 100-mile radius. As I said, it actually says here in the book, any assassin discovered in a guild area who is not a member of the local assassins guild will be invited to join, thus coming under the authority and command of the guild master. The assassin character doesn't have to join, but he'll be under sentence of death if he performs an assassination while not a guild member. Like I said, they want their money. And primary function of an assassin is killing, pure and simple. They can use poison. It can be ingested or it could be put on their weapon. By an ingested poison, it can be put into food or drink. And be prepared to tell your DM exactly what you're doing. And that actually states right here. They must detail exactly when, where, and how. DM will then, make his ruling. Now, poison weapons run the risk of being noticed by other people. So, all non-assassins within 10 feet have a 10% cumulative chance per melee round of noting it and attacking the assassin or calling the neighborhood watch. 20% chance of attack, 50% chance for calling the watch, and a 30% chance of shouting for the watch and then attacking. And they, in the book here they give an example. Assassin draws a dagger with a poison blade. First round, it can be seen by 2 people. Percentile dice are rolled for each, but unless a 10 or lower is rolled, they don't notice it. Next round, the first 2 have a 20% chance, and any others might be seeing it have a 10% chance. And then if someone does see it, then they roll the percentile again, and it's 1 to 20 in case they attack, 21 to 70 they call for the guards, and a 71 to 100 indicates they do both. Now they do it. Assassins use the same progression and attacks as thieves do. Same THAC0, all that, including the backstab. Which will be discussed more when I discuss the thief. But if they surprise their victim, they can use the assassination table, and it's a sliding scale thing, depending on the level of the victim, the level of the assassin. There's a couple different variables, but roughly gives a 50% chance of immediate death. Just, one strike, they're dead. And if the assassination attempt fails, you do the normal damage. So now there is, in the book it does say, now I do know DMs who rule the other way on this, that if you go for the assassination, you do not get a backstab attack. So if you fail at the assassination, you don't do the multiplied damage. You just do straight damage. I do know DMs that work or do it the other way, that the backstab damage is automatic. If you are in a position to backstab, you get that damage, no matter what. But mainly I'm just going to discuss how the rules are set up. Unlike most things. Your DM can rule however he wants, and it's his game. If you don't like the way he rules, then you can find another group or whatever. That's the kind of the rule of thumb. But So they do have some primary abilities that enhance their function. An assassin with an intelligence of 15 or more are able to learn an extra alignment tongue. Even languages, now alignment tongue used loosely there because it includes languages like the special language of druids or thieves. That ability is gained at level 9, and with each, they get another one at each level thereafter. So maximum number of, quote, alignment tongues, or languages, that can be spoken is 4. 1 for each point of intelligence above 14. So 1 at 15, 16, 2 at 16, 3 at 17, 4 at 18 intelligence. So to speak all 40, they'd have to be 12th level and have an 18 intelligence. Now, the languages they can choose. Now, obviously, they're going to have the one they get because of their alignment. But they'll have either the chaotic evil, chaotic good, chaotic neutral, lawful evil, lawful good, lawful neutral, neutral evil, neutral good, or true neutrality, druidic, and the thieves' cant. So, they can also disguise themselves. You know, because obviously you want to get close to be able to poison or surprise the victim, or to hide. You know, you got people looking for you. You want to disguise yourself so you don't find you. They can disguise themselves to appear as a human, or demi-human, or humanoid creature of either sex. You know, male, female, doesn't matter. Goblin. They can make themselves look like a goblin, an orc, an elf. You know, they can lower their height by up to by 2 or 3 inches, and raise it by up to 4 or 5 inches. So that, you know, then they can make themselves look slimmer or appear much heavier. You know, they could appear to be virtually anybody. You know, a pilgrim, merchant, a warrior. They could actually make themselves up to look like a warrior. You know, a cleric, mage, whatever. There's a chance the victim or one of his henchmen or guards will notice the disguise. Base chance is 2% per day. It goes up by 2% if the assassin is posing as another class, race, or opposite sex, up to a maximum of an 8% chance. You know, so if by chance you're trying, you know, a human assassin is trying, let's go, human male assassin is trying to look like a elven, you know, female fighter. I mean, you're going to have, you know, the target's going to have 8% chance per day by that point. Each concerned party, the victim, the henchman, the bodyguards, will be checked, you know, can be checked immediately after meeting the assassin and each 24 hours after. Chance for finding a disguised assassin goes downward by 1% for each point below 24 of combined intelligence and wisdom. So you take your victim. They have a 3 intelligence, 3 wisdom. Okay, let me find this here. So, what that does is you can add those two together. Yeah, I'm just using Scar's stats, you know, as the example. That's a 6. So, 6 or 24 minus 6 is 18. So right there's a minus 18 to the chance of detection. So, but if by chance your intelligence and wisdom are above 30, you know, combined, you increase the chance by 1%. Note, a troop seeing or wand of enemy detection will discover the assassin, as will a detect evil or no alignment spells, in certain cases. So, the secondary function of an assassin is spies. You know, and that this mission can be coupled with stealing of some item. Okay, but yeah, hell, you're getting close. You're getting in there close, but you don't really want to kill the target. You know, you just need some information. You can still send your assassins in there to, get the info. Think of the classic ninja, idea. And tertiary functions are the same as the thief. Have all the abilities and functions of a thief, but besides the backstab ability, they perform their thieving at 2 levels lower than their assassin level. So a 3rd level assassin only has the thief abilities of a 1st level thief. Performing assassinations will gain extra experience for the character, both for the fee that's paid and the level. Now, typically, fees, and this is, again, really up to the DM, how the DM wants to do it, but a 0 level character, just a normal person, who is being assassinated by a 1st level thief or assassin, is worth about $50, or 50 gold piece. However, that same 0 level character assassinated by a 15th level assassin is worth 10,000 gold pieces. You get a victim that's level 16 or higher, assassinated by that 15th level assassin, they're worth 250,000 gold pieces. But there is a note here that, or notation, important, popular, or noble victims will be considered as above their actual level. The elder of a town who is generous and loved may be 4th level, but for purposes he might be considered 3 times of the actual level. A king, a beloved king is going to be worth a lot more than his level. So, now an assassin can't hire anybody until he is 4th level. At that time they can hire a lower level assassin to help them out. At 8th level, they can include thieves among their hirelings. And then at 12th level, they're able to hire anybody. Of course, notation, only neutral or evil characters will serve an assassin. The total number of henchmen dictated by the charisma score is just like everybody else. Followers are also possible, but only happen at the 2 uppermost levels of the assassin class. Assassins are capped, just like druids. Druids actually, there's a way to get past the cap. But an assassin, I want to say, only gets like level 15 or 16. Yeah, level 15. Okay, so, at 13th level, in order to gain any more experience levels, he has to not only get his experience, but he has to assassinate the local guild master assassin, who's 14th level, or challenge him to a duel to the death. Likewise, 14th level PC assassin has to go after the grandfather of assassins, which is the 15th level. And this is duplicity, trickery, ambush, and all forms of treachery are considered as fair. A higher level character can accept the challenge, then have the challenger slain by archers, for example. There's, no real honor among assassins. They're taking money to kill people, and sometimes they gain their trust before doing it. That's just the way it is. As guild master or guild mistress assassin, the character will have a body of guild members, which numbers between 7 and 28. Upon change of leadership, it's 75% likely that each guild member will leave the area. So that means that they're going to have to find some new members to the guild. These will all be first level assassins and have to be worked up in their experience levels. The maximum number of such followers in the local guild will be set by the DM. Well, now that's in addition to any normal henchmen the characters allowed. And members are only loyal to strength, power, and profit. If you show weakness or you ain't getting them any money, they're not gonna be loyal. Even if you are, if they have the opportunity, they may not be totally loyal. Now, the headquarters of a guild is always in a large city or large town or big city. And it won't be a noticeable castle or something like that. Typically going to be like a warehouse or a nondescript structure. All expenses of maintaining the guild and its members, except the guildmaster, are soon to be fully paid for by normal guild activities. Any improvement changes, expenses of the leader, other special costs will have to be borne by the guildmaster. The headquarters of the Grandfather of Assassins can be virtually anywhere or in any form. A cavern, a castle, monastery, palace, whatever. However, if it is a large and obvious place, the headquarters must be located far away from all communities, such as the midst of Murky Woods or Dismal Marsh, Lowly Moor, Sword Island, etc. Top of a mountain. If I remember my history correctly, the Order of the Assassins, their headquarters was on a mountain, and the leader was called the Old Man on the Mountain. Upon attaining the leadership of all assassins, once they get that level 15, the new guild father or grandmother must pay all remaining followers of the former head 1,000 gold for each of their levels, destroy the old headquarters, and then construct a new one somewhere else. So when you go to become level 15, you're going to be pretty much broke. So, and now one of the cool things in first edition, each level had a name. So it actually, you could figure out what level you're facing by what they were called. So, a first level assassin was a Bravo. Then they became a Rudderkin, followed by a Weghalter. Then at 4th level, they finally became a Murderer. 5th level, they became a Thug. And then at 6th, they were finally a Killer. 7th level, they become a Cutthroat, then an Executioner, and finally at 9th level, they get the title of Assassin. 10th level, they get the title Expert Assassin, then a Senior Assassin, and then a Chief Assassin. At level 13, they are Prime Assassin. They're kind of considered to be one of the top in their craft. At 14th, then, of course, they become the Guildmaster Assassin. And at 15, the Grandfather of Assassins. Now, if I recall, there used to be a chart here, if I could find it here, about who could use what. Here we go. Yeah, okay. An assassin can only wear up to leather, just like a thief. I thought I'd read somewhere they could have, like chainmail, but pretty much leather, but they can use the shield, any weapons. Of course, they can use flaming oil, and they can use poison. But that's kind of the assassin there. I think I'm going to do this a little bit differently than what I have been doing in the past. And instead of, what? Oh, there it is. Instead of doing, multiple classes or that in one video, I'm going to try to do this one class, one video. Now, toward the end here, I'm going to try to discuss some differences, and I've given you the basics here, but there's things you can do with these. That's kind of what I'm going to do with these classes. He'll give you little ideas and such. One thing you can discuss with your DM. A neutrally aligned assassin who kills, or who only assassinates evil. They use all the same tactics, everything else, as the assassin. But they will not target women, children, beloved kings, that. But you got a dictator over here. They'll take the job to kill them. You got a wizard over here that's stealing, or kidnapping people for his experiments. Yeah, we'll take him out. You got adventurers that will just want to ransack a town just for the fun of it. Yeah, that's kind of one idea you can do with an assassin, that it doesn't have to be necessarily evil. DM may or may not go for that. But even if you have to be the evil class, you can still pretty well, work with that idea. But as a guy I used to play with puts it, is it truly evil to take money to kill evil? So, but like I said, this is an optional class that may or may not be allowed in your game. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. My next video will be probably on the Barbarian. Yeah. Which is another optional class from the Unearthed Arcana. But, I hope you all come back again. As always, please leave a like if you enjoyed this. Tell your friends. Who knows, they may enjoy this. And, if you're, please, I always say leave a comment. I do enjoy your comments. Whether or not, you agree with me, I look forward to seeing your comments. Share, like I said, already shared. If you haven't already, sub, and click on that notification bell. Make sure you get notified. And, if you're interested in Dungeons and Dragons, if you can, I'm sure there's ways you can find, even the new ones, if you want to play the new series, 5e, whatever, that's more power to you. I prefer these early editions. Just, to me, that's where my heart is with it. But, just enjoy yourself with it. Have fun. It's what it's all about. And there's I'm sure you can still get a hold of these books. Actually, I know you can. Amazon has them. But you can find them online, different places. The first edition, second edition, very easy to kind of merge the two together. Take what you like out of the one, and add it to what you like out of the other. That's one of the great things is, You D&D is easy to do with that, and you find a group of people, you can have a lot of fun. I've made some great friends because of Dungeons and Dragons, and I hope you guys are able to as well. Well, y'all have a great night. Thank you for joining me.